On Thai PBS World Tonight, Bangkok's air pollution today has deteriorated to unhealthy levels. Former finance minister warns of threats of the government's much-proposed entertainment complex plan. And NESDC suggests joining hands with neighbours to mitigate policies under the Trump administration. Good evening and welcome to Thai PBS World Tonight. I'm Nan Bunna.
I'm Frank Kanchi.
And yes, we're not working from home today despite the increasing dust pollution because we are here to deliver the news and what has been happening in Thailand. And of course, today, Bangkok is experiencing the worst air pollution due to increasing levels of PM 2.5 dust in the atmosphere. So Bangkok today is choked with the worst air pollution in several months, with the level of PM 2.5 dust exceeding 100 microns in 44 districts out of 50. And the most polluted district this morning is Bangkok Yai, where the hourly average PM 2.5 dust level reached up to 134 microns. That is a lot because the safe level is only 37.5 microns. And today is also the first day where the BMA imposed the work from home measures seeking cooperation from private businesses and government agencies by allowing their staff to work from home today and Tuesday due to the increasing air pollution. Bangkok Governor Chatat Sittipan said previously that if the air quality reaches the orange level in 35 districts in Bangkok for 3 days in a row, or the red level in 5 districts, the working from home measures will be activated immediately. And you may have noticed today that the congested traffic in Bangkok is much lighter as most people complied with the work from home measures, and some schools in Bangkok have also suspended classes until this Wednesday. And those who have to still work on site were seen wearing face masks while they were commuting to work as well. So now let's take a look at the 10 most polluted provinces in Thailand. And the top 10, you can see that Bangkok is almost at the top, and the nearby provinces such as Samut Sakhon, Nonthaburi, Nakhon Pathom, and Samut Prakan also top the list as well. And also there are some provinces in the northeast as well that are experiencing the worst air pollution today. And if we look at the other provinces with the most air pollution, it also includes Ayutthaya, Rajburi, Lopburi, Uthai Thani as well. And you can see that most of the provinces have exceeded the safe level of PM 2.5 dust as well. But now let's look at the least polluted provinces today. So most of them are up north, whether it's Mae Hong Son, Chiang Rai, some down south as well, such as Krabi, Surat Thani, and Phang Nga as well. So I was thinking whether we should move to Mae Hong Son because it has the best air quality as of now. So you can see that the people in Bangkok are wearing face masks when they have to go out because sometimes their jobs or what they had to do in their daily lives is inevitable to go outside and experience the air pollution. So you can see that many people are trying to protect themselves as much as possible.
I would suggest moving to Phuket actually because Thai PBS, we have our hub in Phuket in southern part, so maybe we can do live from there, but it might be a daydream for us. But right now in Bangkok, you can see, of course, the dirt and the sky there is so murky. And this morning we have to wear masks and we need to have eye drop with us because for group, they are sensitive to this PM 2.5. Actually, it's very hard to work outside too. Actually, if you live here for more than 2 years, last year in the same period, actually PM 2.5, the level was very high in Chiang Mai, in northern parts. But right now, this time, it's in Bangkok. So you have to be, I think, of course, more than 20 million people population in the city. So people have to be careful of their health.
Exactly, especially children, pregnant women, the elderly, and those with underlying diseases have to actually exercise extreme caution, especially when going outdoors. And with this kind of atmosphere, it's better to avoid outdoor activities. But if it's completely inevitable, wear a face mask.
Yes, this is the highest measure, that wear mask, protect yourself. And now let's move on to another contentious topic about integrated entertainment complex, which has drawn much criticism because one former minister warned that the government ambitious project will pose threats and pave the way for the growth of grey businesses and social problems in Thailand. Former Finance Minister Songmai Pasi posted on Facebook pointing out that according to the government's plan, there will not be just one entertainment complex on a huge plot of land owned by the State Railways of Thailand, but 4 or 5 of them in the home provinces of some influential politicians. He suggested that if Thailand wants to have an entertainment complex with a casino, the government should follow the model of Singapore, where there is only one such complex and strict enforcement of restrictions to limit casino entry by Singaporeans who have incomes below a certain level. He also felt that Thailand's casino model is strange because the casinos are to be located in 4 or 5 locations, and in that it is a well-known fact that casinos are heavens for grey businesses and money laundering. He also claimed that the world's top 4 accounting firms have declined to audit the accounts of casinos. Meanwhile, the People's Party constituency MP for Nonthaburi province commented on the draft bill on the integrated entertainment complex, stating that the draft bill has no clear measures in tackling money laundering. Although a member of the Anti-Money Laundering Office was appointed as a committee member, he said that the draft bill did not state the roles of the Anti-Money Laundering Office on how it will take action, nor how they will regulate money transactions of casinos. He also urged the government to create a mechanism and tighten measures in establishing entertainment complexes and casinos to prevent money laundering. One of the examples he suggested was for casinos to report their earnings and transactions, including KYC or Know Your Customer regulations, to identify the customers, which is an important process to prevent money laundering or other financial fraud. Last week, the cabinet approved a draft bill for an integrated entertainment complex as proposed by the Finance Ministry. Prime Minister Paetongtarn Shinawatra said that the bill is intended to promote investment, curb illegal gambling, and promote sustainable tourism to a man-made destination. So, of course, we have got so much information from both sides, from the positive and negative side. And this former finance minister, of course, gave the negative points there. Actually, last week we talked about it already. Entertainment complex will generate billions of baht for the income, foreign direct investment, and boost tourism. But how about the negative side? Because actually for money laundering, crime rate, social problems there, how about Thailand's law enforcement? This is very important.
The law enforcement in tackling money laundering is still a huge concern among the critics, including the former finance minister, who pointed out that people seem to be so familiar with grey businesses, and maybe it's also because of the lack regulation as well, because you can see that there are grey businesses here and there, and you have to keep in mind that most of the grey businesses are not always operated by Thai people, but are mostly foreigners. We have heard of stories about grey businesses operated by Chinese businessmen and also some from the Europe as well. So their big concern right now is money laundering and fraud. So what they have both suggested is that they should have clear restrictions and the measures to tackle these issues. And remember, apart from the entertainment complex, we have reported on scam cities in nearby countries as well, especially in Myanmar and Cambodia, where we see like illegal casinos here and there.
So that's why I think Paetongtarn's administration want to legalize the entertainment complex, of course, to legalize gambling. But this is not the end game there, because the end game is to have law enforcement. And we taking Singapore as example because they have very strong law enforcement there. As if one Singaporean individual wants to get into Singapore's entertainment complex, they have to pay 4,000 baht for entry fee. And the period is only 24 hours. And how about Thailand? If we have the same regulation, who will control that in the entertainment complex? So this is very important too. Yeah, next one, we have to talk about regional and global issues there because as the US President Donald Trump assumes 47th presidency, countries in Asia are expressing concern over the huge impact to tariff policy. Thailand's National Economic Agency suggests that the government should cooperate with ASEAN neighbors to get more leverage against this impact. The Office of the National Economic and Social Development Council, or NESDC, noted that Thailand should add a business registration mechanism for Chinese investment, asking for BOI to let Thailand hold shares, preventing Thai exports from being blocked by trade. Secretary General of the National Economic and Social Development Council outlined Thailand's strategy for trade talks with the United States as Donald Trump begins his second term. He noted that Mr. Trump is likely to raise taxes on nations with trade surpluses, with negotiations expected to follow. The private sector has urged the government to form a negotiation team. The SG suggested Thailand should collaborate with ASEAN countries to strengthen its bargaining power as unilateral negotiations may be less effective. Details such as potential trade arrangements will be addressed later. On Chinese firms relocating production via Singapore to avoid U.S. tariffs, the SG proposed mechanisms requiring Thai ownership in companies seeking investment incentives. It also recommended additional benefits for firms with advanced technologies that register as Thai companies, ensuring genuine investment and mitigating trade barriers. Another business leader in Thailand, president of the Federation of Thai Industries, reported that the Industrial Confidence Index for December 2024 stood at 90.1, down from 91.4 in November. The decline was attributed to a slowdown in industrial production following accelerated activity in the previous month, fewer working days during the New Year holiday period, and ongoing flooding and volatile weather in the southern region. Regarding the Make America Great Again policies of the newly re-elected U.S. president, particularly stricter trade barriers, the president outlined proposals from the FTI for the Thai government. The first one, of course, is a war room and strong lobbies. This team will develop strategies to address U.S. trade policies. Another one is diversifying export markets to reduce reliance on the U.S. market. Thailand should explore new export destinations. So, of course, I think the president of FTI said that there are a lot of challenges ahead. And the first thing that the Pedonhan administration should do is to cooperate with ASEAN members to grow the leverage against this impact. And another one is have war room and export diversification. This is very important.
And you can see that the Thai government has been placing a lot of importance in increasing the cooperation with other countries, and especially with the changes in the administration from Joe Biden to now the US President Donald Trump. I think many countries are dealing with the shock, especially with the increased tariffs. So many of the countries have to change their policies to actually cooperate with them as well.
Yeah, the highest impact might go to China first, and the overcapacity in China might just flow into ASEAN markets, including Thailand. And of course, the International Monetary Fund, they just predict that, of course, Trump administration will impose 10 to 20% of the tariff to around the world countries with trade surpluses, but China will face 60 to 100% is what we have reported. So right now, this is the first day of Donald Trump, and we will see how Thailand will really face the challenges ahead and what's the solutions there from the Paetongtarn Shinawat's administration. We will see about that.
And bigger than the economic challenges is how Thailand will position itself in terms of the geopolitical tensions as well, because it's going to be much more difficult. And now let's move on to this story. To own a house or a condo unit here in Thailand, especially in the city, is getting much more difficult, especially due to the economic situation, even though the housing prices have been increasing, but the salaries of most Thais have sort of remain the same. And the government has been trying to solve this problem by introducing the House for Thai project. So the government introduced a housing project on Friday, which comprises condominiums and houses to be built on land owned by the State Railways of Thailand. And the project is initiated to help low-income earners buy new homes or condo units. The project, which is called Ban Pheu Kon Thai, or Houses for Thais, will be located in 4 areas, namely 2 areas in Bangkok, 1 in Pathum Thani, and also Chiang Mai province as well. And the 4 locations include, in Bangkok will be Vipawadi, Soi 11, Thonburi area, and in Pathum Thani, the location will be Chiang Rak, and there's also a site near the Chiang Mai railway station. So these will be the 4 main locations for the Houses for Thais project. And the prices of the dwellings will range from 1 million to 3 million baht, depending on the location as well. And to explain a bit further, for the Houses for Thai project, the condominiums will be in Bangkok and Pathum Thani, while in Chiang Mai you'll get the houses as well. So prospective buyers must meet the specific criteria. So they must be a Thai citizen, age 20 or older, have a monthly income no more than 50,000 baht, and must have never owned any type of housing, including other similar projects beforehand. And another condition also states that the ownership of the houses cannot be transferred within 5 years of registration. And since its official launch of the project, the registration website saw over 13 million visits in 24 hours, and at least 150,000 people have applied to join the initiative. And the most popular area is, of course, in Bangkok, in Vipawadi, Soi 11, followed by Thonburi area, and Chiang Rak in Pathum Thani. So you can see that people seem to be very interested in joining this initiative, the Houses for Thai project, so that these people can own a home or a condo unit. But we have to explain a bit further. Like we said earlier, is that to own a house or a condo unit, especially in the city, is getting much more difficult because of the increasing household debt as well. So many people are dealing with the struggles to make ends meet, because even though they do not own a home or a condo, they still have other expenses that they have to meet each day. So for example, like first jobbers, they would prefer to rent a condo unit instead of buying one because of how little they earn each month. So maybe it's better that they would rent each month and then keep the remaining of the salary for other expenses.
Yeah, as what you said, it's very difficult to make ends meet in Thailand, especially for the first jobber here, because they might just get more than 20,000 per month. And if they buy a condo, they may have to pay half of their salary. And how can they save for that? And this could be a very good start for social building, because of course the government, no matter BMA or the central government, they already have the social building in the city already. But this is the first since the Paetongtarn Shinawatra administration started. So right now we can see, of course, from Soi 11 in Vipawadi, actually this is a very good location because, of course, Sentan La Pao just next to that, and you can just go to anywhere very conveniently. So maybe this price attracts a lot of buyer there, because 1 million to 3 million baht, 3 million baht is the maximum price there. But still, I think another point we should talk about is the quality of social building. How about the state manufactured building? Would that really have a good quality?
Exactly, like the quality of the buildings and also the surrounding areas as well. Because when people choose a home or a condominium unit, it's not just the location, but it's also the surrounding area, whether it's safe or not. Because there have been other housing projects from previous administrations where people have complained that the chosen areas is not really a good area because of the communities. Some were really close to, how do you call it, like close to certain communities where they see the people like gathering together for committing illicit crimes. So that is a big concern for some people as well. But then the way the government has been explaining is that these locations are really close to the SkyTrain. So this is already enough to attract people to buy a new home because it's convenient so that they can travel using the SkyTrain and go to work. But for certain people, that's not always the case because some of their offices are just way further than that.
Yeah, so actually I talked to a real estate developer, one CEO told me that location is very important. So it's what you said, it's not just about the location really, it's about the community.
Yes.
Even if you really feel safe inside, what about the safety, the security, and the quality of the building? So to be very careful before you invest in real estate.
Exactly. And that wraps up tonight's edition of Thai PBS World Tonight. Join us every Monday and Tuesday at 6 p.m. on Thai PBS World's Facebook and YouTube Live. And don't forget to follow us on social media and our website, thaipbsworld.com, for all the latest updates about Thailand as well as analyses. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you tomorrow. สวัสดีค่ะ
สวัสดีครับ